Eligible Billionaire. Alpha Mated Book 1, A Werewolf Shifter Romance. Written by Flynn. 1. Who knew a werewolf billionaire playboy would fall for plain Jane me? Or that werewolf billionaire playboys even existed? But that's starting at the almost beginning of my story. I'll rewind a little ways to get you guys caught up on my sensual dealings with a certain handsome devil, and our little pleasure adventures in the paranormal world. It all began one late winter day not too long ago. The world was awash in holiday colors provided by the twinkling lights, the glistening snow, and the cheery faces walking on the streets. It was a pity I was trapped in my cubicle, far from any window. The only view I had was the one on the calendar, and that just showed me a bunch of adorable kittens playing in a field. I leaned my elbow on the desk and stared at those happy kittens. A sigh escaped my lips. "Lucky dogs are cats," I whispered to myself. A head popped over the top of my cubicle wall. The red-haired cranium belonged to my best friend, Ruth Reed. She had her usual wide grin on her face as she slung her arms over the top of my wall and leaned over. "You talking to yourself again?" she asked me. I leaned back in my chair and smiled. "I'm always guaranteed to have an intelligent conversation." She set her chin on her crossed hands and furrowed her brow. "You sure you were talking to yourself?" I studied the wall and my friend. "Are you sure you should be up there?" Ruth grinned. "So it's no to both those questions?" I rolled my eyes and slid my chair closer to the wall. I placed my palm against the wall and gave it a soft shake. "Come on, get down before you." "Miss Reed, what are you doing up there?" a voice barked. I groaned and Ruth winced. She slowly slid out of view. I rolled my chair to the opening of my small prison and peeked around the corner. A wide, short man stood in her doorway with his arms crossed. He wore a blue suit that did nothing for his figure, and only seemed to accentuate his increasing baldness on the back of his head. The man was our portly supervisor, John Buller. He glared at my friend as she sat cowed in her chair with a nervous smile on her face. "Miss Reed, I've warned you time and again about climbing on the walls." She nodded her head like a bobble doll. "I know, Mr. Buller, but I was just—" He held up his hand and shook his head. "No excuses. If I catch you one more time, you're out. Do you understand?" Ruth cringed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?